Hi guys, thanks for tuning into Sarita's beauty channel. Today I'm going to show you how to backcomb your hair to make it nice and big. I want to show you all the steps from washing your hair to setting it, and once that's done you shouldn't have to touch it for the rest of the day. So I'm going to go through all the products that I use. Just follow my steps. At the bottom I'll give you a link for all the products that I've used, but I'll still go through it in this tutorial. Okay, so just tune in and I'll go through the first step. So as you can see, my hair is quite wet. So the first thing that I like to always do is towel dry my hair, because I hate spending forever blow drying it, and I just don't think the heat on your hair is doing it any good. So just towel dry it for as long as you can. I'm usually like, just grab both parts of the towel and just roughly go through my hair. I find that this actually dries the majority of my hair quite quickly, but that could be because I have quite fine hair. If you've got thicker hair, it might take you slightly longer. Okay, finally, when it's like still quite damp, the next stage I would do is get the blow dryer out. You can use any blow dryer, it doesn't matter. I don't do any straightening at this point. Literally all I do is just blow dry my hair. So I put it on the hottest setting, and the maximum air as well. So I'll just do that for a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's pretty much all dried and not the best look in the world. Big, but that's we're almost there. We're almost there. So now I'm just gonna brush through my hair using any normal paddle brush that you might have at home. Most people have this, or you can just buy it from any store. So just brush through your hair. Right, now the next stage is you just need to straighten your hair. I've got the standard GHDs, which I think most people have now. I swear by them. I've used other straighteners, but I still think that these are the best. But if you have other ones and you think that they work well for you, then just go for it. It really doesn't matter as long as your hair's straight. I tend to separate my hair into sections when I do this, because I do tend to leave little bits out, and then I end up with like little curly bits. So I just use a crab, separate my hair, and then just straighten. Mind you, I quite like this bun look. I might keep this going. And I get loads of these baby hairs. I don't know if you do, but just make sure you straighten those as well. Right, so now I think my hair is all pretty much straightened. It's as straight as I'm gonna get it. Don't ever forget the back of your hair, ladies. There are so many times where I think my hair's perfectly straight and then I've realised I've got massive kinks at the back. So always make sure that you focus on the back of your hair, because that's one of the big mistakes I tend to make quite often. So yeah, just make sure you do that. You want it to look good from all angles. Okay, so that's done. The first product I really highly recommend, and not many people know about, is the Batiste dry shampoo. So that's what it's called, Batiste dry shampoo. And I always get the XXL volume. They do loads of different types. So they'll do some for like brunette hair, blonde hair, normal hair. But I find that this one makes such a difference. When you apply it to the roots of your hair, it actually dries out any of the oils that are there. So it makes the roots quite stiff, which is good for when you're backcombing. It helps to hold the backcombing in place. So I think that this is really important. Another important point for you as well is when you're shampooing and conditioning your hair, ensure that you don't put conditioner on the roots of your hair, because that again makes the roots quite oily and heavy, so it won't hold the backcombing in and you'll find that it will just fall out. So it's better just to apply conditioners to the ends of your hair, just really right at the bottoms. And when you use a shampoo, make sure you use a shampoo like a deep cleansing shampoo so that it removes all the oils that you have in your hair. Okay, so this is the Batiste dry shampoo, which you apply to the roots of your hair. Give it a good shake before you apply it. And you just want to separate again your hair out into sections. Just shake it and then just apply it in squirts to the base of your hair. I focus mainly at the front because I find that that's the bit that I want to have most volume. But you can do it all around. And be quite liberal with the product, like don't be shy with it. It is really, really good and it works really well. I mean, I've had this same one for almost a year now, so it does last a long time. So once you've applied it, just rub it into your hair because the powder itself is actually white. So just rub it in. Almost like you're shampooing and massaging your scalp with it. Oh, and already it's looking quite big. But it won't stay like this. This just helps to dry out the roots. Then the magic tool, which everyone should have. It's the Lee Stafford Big Fat Backcomber. I saw this in Boots. They sell it in Boots and Superdrug and maybe some other pharmacies as well. And I wasn't that convinced. I just thought, well, how is it different to any other comb? Well, if you take a close look to it, it's actually it's a double comb, and then it's got loads of ridges in the middle as well. So it's like a multi-faceted comb. So it really gets in there and, you know, backcombs even the smallest and finest hairs. Let me just show you how to use it. So again, separate your hair out. You might want to use the clasp that, you know, I used earlier. I tend to use it so that I know that I'm not missing out any sections. So just one thing you need to know about backcombing, don't roughly do it in both directions, because what you'll find is that you actually end up breaking your hair. You don't want to ruin your hair. So just gently do it in one direction. So as you can see, I'm just pulling it upwards. There you go, that's all you need to do. And then just unclasp, then you're on to the next section. Again, use your comb, gently pull up. That's all you need to do, right? And you just do that throughout your hair. Okay. Don't forget the front of your hair. Push it down. You'll look a bit like Ace Ventura at one point. Yeah, it should just hold up like that. I know it might look ridiculous, but trust me, it's worth it in the end. Yeah? So just keep doing that throughout your hair. Once you have this whole procedure perfected, this should take you under 5 minutes. So it's really worth learning how to do it. And just having the right products, that's all you need. The right products, a bit of practice, me to teach you. That's it. Perfect recipe. Okay, so you should look one big fat puffy mess at the moment, but don't worry. This will look good, I promise. So you can either use this comb again or you can use the brush. I'm going to use the big paddle brush because I can have a bit more control over my hair using this. So I will just comb it down to what would be a socially acceptable level of puffiness in my hair. Don't be too vigorous with the comb or your brush because you don't want to undo everything that you've just done. So just gently go over what you have backcombed. I tend to use my hands quite a lot as well so that I can just work out exactly what I want the final look to be. So you can do it so that you've got like a middle parting, for instance, but I don't like middle partings. They really don't suit my face at all. But yeah, just work with it. Use your hands. Your hands are your best tools. A lot of the time when I do my hair like this, my husband thinks that I've got like some hairpiece in there, something hidden in there. I'm like, no. Although in another tutorial, I'll show you how to do this, but with a hairpiece instead, if you don't want the aggro of doing this. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the way that my hair is now. So it's looking a bit like a lion's mane, but that's the look I go for. You can make it as big or as small as you want, but when you back comb, as long as you do it as big as possible, you can work your way down. So if you want it a lot flatter, you can. If you want it big, it gives you the option of going either really big or really subtle, but this is not so subtle, as you can see. So then once you have tamed your hair to how you want, you need to set it, and I use the Tresemme Freeze Hold hairspray. I find that it's really, really good. It does set your hair, it will not move. Come rain, sleet, snow, thunder, hurricanes, you name it, your hair will stay put. So you just need to, literally, you don't even need to put very much, but just sort of on the ends. Don't put it throughout your hair because it will make your hair really, really heavy. So just sort of the end bits and like your fringe and just the like your baby hairs or the hairs that tend to go a bit wayward. I find that, like, you know, just round here I get like really little like short hairs. So I tend to spray those because they tend to sort of, when it's quite humid outside, you know, they can frizz or become a little bit like wavy, which I don't like. So yeah, that's actually all you need, all the product you need for your hair. And then that's it. I mean, this isn't the best I've done it, but under pressure, this was the best I could do. But I'm sure with more practice, you guys will have the perfect hair. So with this hairstyle, you can do whatever you want. If you are worried about your hair looking a little bit dry, there are times where I'll just use the Frieda Frizz-Ease. So you can just squirt a tiny bit onto the palm of your hands, rub it, and just put it on the ends if you think that the ends are looking a little bit dry. So if you want to give your hair a bit more moisture, that's what you can do. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have any questions, please send them to me. I'll be more than happy to answer anything that you want to ask me about. I hope you found that helpful. Thanks.